All right, welcome back, Africa, to the match that every time it happens, the entire African pool fraternity catches a cold. A match that is being played at Billiards Cafe in Lusaka, Zambia. A match that is a fifth between two players that today are two of the best that the continent of Africa has to offer, and yet in the eyes of many, they are the best two. Uganda's Caesar Chandiga is again leading 12-8 against South Africa's Aden Josephine, a race to 21 for $5,000. Welcome again aboard to the Advanced Talent Agency platform. The best version of Caesar is the Caesar in a long race with a score to settle. That is exactly the situation at hand. He is one player who, for whatever reason, has gotten the past two times, the first three races they have had in many matches, has got Aiden's number. Just knows when to call him. And those are the fans chewing whatever they are chewing at the venue, but enjoying the sport. You need to have a sharp cut of that yellow ball to the corner pocket now on the bottom left. White ball moving around 2 or 3 cushions, getting himself one white ball for one of the would-be last yellows. It will be the one near that corner pocket now on the top of your screen. You will have now to bounce the white ball off the cushion. The roll of that ball. Look at how this guy controls the white ball, using Aiden's yellow as support, putting the white ball in a position he would still have fancied had he gotten a chance to put it by bare hand. That is the level of accuracy in that shot. Now a little bit of difficulty is the existence of Aiden's blue, and Caesar simply avoids any contact between the cue ball and the blue, to the effect now that now he has that black ball around the middle of the table, which will be putting to the corner pocket on the top right of your screen. Now top left in this angle, which he puts by break and finish. Those are the fans being enjoyed by Caesar's clearance, who increases his lead to 5. Caesar 13, Aden 8. Sorry, it was a reverse dish. A red apple. Aden breaking and Caesar finishing. In the meantime, Gift Tembo is our umpire. Yes, an umpire of the Zambian Pool Union. These two players have kept their umpire with not too much work to do because they are so sportsman, so professional. The only time that they made him busy was when Caesar claimed that Aden had fouled in trying to play the last ball before the black ball in the 7th frame when Aden led 4-2. Since then, it has been Caesar all the way. In fact, since that situation, Caesar has won 11 while Aden has won 4. And yet Aden again misses. If you did watch the match between Aden and Mandy yesterday, Aden is playing exactly at that level, and he is living dangerously. The guy that is missing balls against to this level is, by official statistics in terms of number of money matches won, Africa's best battle player. And yet in terms of official international tournaments won, Aden is Africa's best tournament player. And Caesar scratches. Part of the preparation for Aden for this match was change of haircut. and looks smart. Haircut and beard. The only person in the arena with the exact same haircut and same exact beard is Ishmael Mteto, who is supporting Aden, but is very unhappy. And at one time I want the ATA cameras angles to pull him for you. Seated alongside Pila Mazambani, just holding each other, consoling themselves, hoping that Aden will make a comeback and make them happy tonight. Aden now on 4 yellows, which on a normal day will never ever fail to finish, which are now 3. All of them finishable, but these ones will normally pot at very high speed. One yellow to the center pocket, another yellow to the other center pocket, and then black ball to the center pocket on the bottom. That will be Aden's route to victory. Now, black like this one, even a weak player like Francis Mukwekwe can pot. Aden 9 and the Caesar 8. Amongst the fans watching at the arena, I'm seeing the arrival of Zambia's best female player. She's called Juju, and her nickname is the man. Like she plays like a man, maybe that's what they are trying to insinuate. She did win the ladies event of the Queen's Sports Club Double Elimination Championship in Bulawayo, Zimbabwe last year. Hopefully she'll be making it to the Grand Mchana Open. Actually, I'll be talking to the organizers, the leaders in Zambia here, to ensure that she does make it to that competition. Of course, Caesar will be heading to the Grand Mchana, playing in the singles and also playing in the team event. He will be representing Team ATA, while Aden is choosing instead to play in another tournament on the same weekend, that is in Cape Town. Maybe it is good strategic thinking from Aden, trying to avoid that one. I don't think he's avoiding it because he fears any of the players that will be involved, but also sometimes you have to think a little bit strategically because all of Africa's best players will be gathered in Nairobi, so he will have the whole of Cape Town for himself, Aden. And the last time he did play a big comp in Cape Town, he did win it. It was a double F competition. He took positions number 1 and 2. Was just saying that on that day, Aden did win himself positions number 1 and 2. So I think he really fancies Cape Town. But I don't think he nowadays fancies playing long races against Caesar so much, because this Scorpion is on the verge of winning a 14th for himself, a match that he is clearly running away with. And Aden must be very cautious of each and every miss he may get in this game, because Caesar is here to mean business and only business for himself, for his management team, the ATA, for his home country, Uganda, for his fans team, the Scorpion. Here he is now up against just the black ball, the easiest black ball. Though it is near the blue, there is space, and he sinks it in quite clearly and quite easily, and regains a 5-game cushion on Aden. Caesar 14 and Aden 9. I just want to speak to one of the members of the crowd. He just introduced himself as a Ugandan living in Zambia, and he just finds himself coming to this match, maybe national interest at heart. Hi, sir. Introduce yourself, your name, and what you're doing in Zambia.
Abdallah Kayemba, I'm a businessman in Zambia. Yeah, so we are very lucky to witness this kind of talent. Honestly, Uganda, we are golden to have Caesar as a Ugandan, and we are lucky to have him. In fact, what I can say, as a government of Uganda, we should really appreciate the pool table fraternity, because they have really raised our flag and we are really proud. Thank you so much.
So where do you see this match going? Who is winning? Of course, Caesar is leading, you are Ugandan, but genuinely predict the score.
Yeah, what I can predict, I can see this game finishing 21-16. Caesar 21, Aden 16. But you know, as his name, the ghost, anything can happen. But
so
we are.
Still have that one.
Yeah, we still have that worry because a ghost is a ghost, but as a Scorpion, Caesar, let's go with the Caesar. I predict Caesar to win 21-16.
Thank you very much. Thank you for your time. You can have your seat. That is called Abdallah. I just had to talk with him because he is a Ugandan living in Zambia. I also hope to find one of the members in the fans group, a South African living in Zambia. When I do, we shall get him to the commentary booth. For now, Caesar misses a shot. For now, Aden gets a chance to once again pull one back for Caesar, needing 7 frames while Aden needs 11 out of the next 10. No, sorry, out of the next 17. Aden knows that he starts to live dangerously if he doesn't start making a comeback now. And the way Caesar is playing so far, Aden has to be at his maximum best for him to even stand a chance of taking down the Scorpion. That shot had that intention of opening up that pocket by playing that yellow ball away. Good enough for Aden. He potted and is still the guy queuing. Today he has just found himself missing balls sometimes very unexpectedly, like that one. Advantageous enough for him. He seems to have gotten Caesar snookered. Seems the umpire agrees. Caesar will try to find the yellow off the cushion. He just plays that yellow ball into a little bit more space, leaving the white ball near the cushion, just to try and make it difficult for Aden to finish the frame, let alone pot a ball. He pots a ball. That one came so close to him potting the white ball. His intention was to open up that corner pocket now on the top right where he's standing. He's shaking his head. Some of the times when he feels in trouble, that's when you get to see the best of him. Is he opening up the pocket again? Once again, he has come short. And the way situation is turning out, Caesar may be returning into business. Aden has one more chance not only to pot, but also use the white ball and maybe the black ball to open up the second blue. The corner pocket adjacent. Look at that one. That is why he is called the ghost. I never saw that coming. And yet made it look so simple and so effortless. This frame for Caesar is as good as gone. But for Aden, it is as good as pulling one back. My goodness. Why did you be so elaborative, Aden? Why play risky shots against a player of Caesar's level? Why surprise your fans with stuff you're supposed to do so ordinarily and yet miss them in a match of this magnitude? Aden in this situation is as guilty as charged. Go slow, ensure that you pot a ball. Don't give chance to your opponent because your opponent is a lethal opponent. Frame number 24 is seemingly being won now by Caesar to increase his lead to 6 for the first time in this match as he makes a roll of that black ball to the corner pocket. Caesar 15 and Aden 9. That is why it is a situation that is very worrying in the entirety of Gauteng, Johannesburg, where Aden is coming from Rodenport to Killarney to Melrose Arc to Randburg to Rosebank to Santon, all of them having a situation of worry, but also a situation of promise in Kampala and Gulu and Arua, as Aden scratches again on the break. That is the chant of the fans shouting out Caesar's name. Of course, be reminded that Caesar shares a very special position in the hearts of the Zambian pool fraternity. He was the best player in the Zambian pool league, maybe not the pool league, but the entirety of the Zambian pool community between 2020 to 22, when he did play with Sharks Pool Club. He won a total of 26 pool comps in Zambia, weekly comps, at the same consistency as he has been winning in Uganda when he did return from the Zambian Pool League. Has also won a number of money matches. I've lost count against all of Uganda's top players: Kasozi, Computer, Mansour twice, Ibrahim Kayanja, Ibrahim Sejemba thrice, Hazard, amongst others. Then against South African players like Pilani, like Tami, amongst others, Tanzanian players like Abdallah Hussein, Innocent Sami, also amongst others. Has also won many matches in Kenya. Of course, only accepting, the Kenyans also only accepting the challenges, Caesar having granted some head starts to them. But most importantly, he's trying to take down Aden Joseph, the guy that is so popularly known on the continent as Africa's best players, especially considering the number of tournaments he's been winning in the last 5 years. He's trying to take down the Ghost for the 4th time out of 5 attempts. Aden gets a chance after Caesar misses the ball here. He's come short so many frames, Aden. Some of the stuff he has been producing in this battle are so unsynonymous of what we have known him to be. Aden, he must start winning, and must start now. And for a neutral fan, you will probably wish that Aden wins this stream and maybe another to make the scoreline a little bit more respectable, and also to increase your chances of watching this match for longer and longer and longer, most especially for the fact that you are watching it for a pay. At the Grand Mchana Open Championship that is coming up in exactly 12 days from now in Nairobi, Aden will not be part of the event, so we shall not be a 6th match between themselves. The only match that you may see in Mchana is a rematch of Francis Mukwekwe against myself. Of course, he's the one that lost Francis today, but the one that is winning this frame, number 25, is clearly Aden. The level at which he has played in this frame is pretty much the Aden that we know. The consistent one, the true champ, and the winner of comp after comp and race after race, the guy that is nicknamed the Ghost, who now wins a 10th out of 25 frames. Aden 10 and Caesar 15. That is a round of applause from Aden's fans. are having a very sad situation. Look, as Caesar is shooting, because you know both Pilani and Ishmael are my very good friends. Okay, the director will give us that shot a little bit later. But what he's giving us for now is Aden once again. And in any long race that I have watched, maybe streamed, maybe done a commentary involving Aden, this one has had the most number of unforced errors and unexpected misses. The Aden that is playing tonight is not the ghost. And yet he is playing against the Scorpion pretty much at his level best. Frame number 26 could be as good as gone, most especially from an Aden perspective. A little bit of big shot needed from Caesar, putting the white ball to maybe to use Aden's blues as support, which he does so easily. So effortless, makes it quite simpler than it actually is. I like to call those the little details of pool which only top players can pull off. Now has full sight. Yes, he does. Of that one and only yellow ball which we'll want to put to that corner pocket now where he is standing. But has to avoid white ball moving a big distance after bouncing off the black, because he want to put the black ball to the center pocket now on the bottom of your screen, now on the top from this camera angle. After Aden missing a ball, he's being punished by the Scorpion here, who will never ever miss from this kind of range, not with $5,000 at stake. Caesar increases his lead, regains a 6-game cushion on Aden. Caesar 16, Aden 10. And now this is Caesar regaining his full respect of the Zambian crowd. By the way, not only are the Zambian crowd his friends, they are also his in-laws officially. I'll be telling you about that when I get time. Yeah. Aden now with one of the better breaks he has gotten in this match. Has to be careful while he goes for the yellows, because now to that corner pocket on the bottom right there is a blue ball which is right in front of his yellow. It could cause a problem as he tries to make a clearance, unless he does something about it, which he's doing now, trying to put the yellow off the blue to open up that pocket, which he does. Good thinking and good execution, good brains by Aden, who has an opportunity now to win an 11th for himself. He did ask the organizers to have the match start 4 hours from the time earlier communicated, for the reason that he needed some more rest, which was understandable, by the way, because he played until 3 a.m. last night as he was winning the Billiards Cafe double elimination competition. Actually, I will say he played up to 3 a.m. this morning and had to endure the cost of extending his air ticket from flying tonight to flying tomorrow morning with South African Airlines to Johannesburg. Has got good white ball for the would be relatively bad yellow over all the three he's having, and gets to port by connection. I'm not so sure of the kind of white ball he's having here, but I think it will do. He has sight of his, yes, this yellow he can see. White ball bouncing off 1 or 2 cushions, actually off 2 cushions, and in perfect position to port the last yellow. He will be drawing the white ball closer off the cushion, top spin actually of the white ball, top of the cushion and closer to the black as Pilani Mazambani starts cheering him on like he normally does. Aden versus the black ball to make it 11 for himself. Yes, he does. 11 for Aden and 16 for Caesar. I want to have a little discussion with my fellow commentator, Mambo. Normally he's the one asking questions and interviewing. Today you are being interviewed, eh?
Oh yeah, it's so strange to be on the other side.
Yeah, what's your take on the current complexion of the match? So Caesar leading with 5 frames at this level. Personally, I didn't see that coming. I actually thought Aden was favorite, depending on how he performed in the tournament and compared to how Caesar performed in the same tournament. And Caesar having been beaten by Aden, what has changed for today?
Well, I think for me, Caesar has had enough rest. He looked like he's the more of the best prepared of the players, and he's actually playing with a free spirit and not making so many errors. If you look at the number of unforced errors, if I may call them, in tennis sense, I think Aden Joseph has made more of such kind of errors than Caesar. Every time Caesar has been brought on the table, he's been clearing. Even the frames that you think he's got absolutely no right to get rid of them, he's really done an amazing job. But Aden, we have not seen anything that I can call extraordinary out of Aden, because he's one player out of the 27 frames that have been played so far. That's too many a frame that have been played for us not to see anything that we call ghost mode. So for me, I think Aden is just a little bit out of sorts, if I may put it like that. But Caesar is his usual Caesar, definitely, and he's queuing so very well, making every pot counting. Maybe what more with the motivation of the other family that he has created here in the audience. Could that be another motivation that has spurred Caesar to just be on point in terms of the queuing?
Now, with the assumption, of course, the match is not done, but the way it is flowing, there is a higher likelihood that Caesar could win. Now, what if Aden loses with the die-hard South African attitude of Aden and guys like Ishmael? Do you think he will want to ask for a match with Caesar again? Because every time that Caesar has beaten him, in the last 2 times, he has been asking for another match, and Caesar has not been accepting. But it was because he had a different management. Now he has another management that may accept. Do you think Aden could ask for that again?
Aden never backs out. Similarly with Ishmael, if you have seen these players when they go for battles, they will always, every time, even when they are beaten, they will always want to play again. They just never get tired. Even the issue of bringing the tiredness, it's just neither here nor there, because these are players that can stay on the table for the longest of times. I've seen them like the whole day they are on the table, the whole night they are on the table, they wake up in the morning, they are still getting with it on the table. So these are players that are so very much used to playing long races. But sometimes it also depends with the quality of the player who is in front of you. Playing against Caesar, it brings a lot of pressure, because you do not want to miss any shot. Any shot you miss, you are gone.
That could affect your level of play.
Even if Aden could get a humiliation of a defeat here, I still see him challenging for a rematch, unless otherwise he has sorted out everything in terms of him getting back to South Africa and all that kind of thing. But as long as he still has enough time to be around Zambia, I think he'll still go for it in terms of challenging Caesar.
That's a very good one from you. Lastly, as a leader in the African pool fraternity, Mambo, what do the brands of these two guys, the Caesar brand, the Aden brand, what do they mean to the African pool fraternity?
Wow, these guys have got huge following. You can see maybe Caesar here, he has got a much bigger following because of having domiciled here for a bit of some time, and the locals really love Caesar because of his the way he takes things, easy to go to kind of a person, and you easily interact with him. He was a darling of the Zambian fans, even when he was here. Even when he would play our very own players,
Yes, I saw
we,
that.
we would have
He was-
a mixed
He was
situation.
playing against Nkole,
Yeah.
and the Zambian fans were divided. Some supporting Nkole, some supporting Caesar. That's a little bit strange.
He's just a lovable boy. I think for me, the way he carries himself and all that kind of thing, he's really got that beautiful persona that really attracts people to be around him. Nothing offensive you can find about him. When he's happy, you'd see the joy in him. Even when he's not happy, he'll really not show it. So he's one player that a lot of Zambians have really loved to get along with, and they can relate with him so very well. As for Aden Joseph, he is a ghost. For him, most he has built a very big fan base here. More so that when he has come here for the upper games, he has been dominant, winning everything in front. Wow, what a row there for that sinking of the cue ball by Aden. But talking about Aden, the dominance that he has had on the local scene, every time, he's never lost a tournament that has been played in Zambia. Every time he has come to Zambia to play for a tournament, he sweeps everything.
And sometimes double life taking positions
Sometimes-
number 1 and 2.
And sometimes he has taken 1 and 2. So from that, I think that's where most of the Zambian players have learned how to play the game of pool in terms of going for a finish every time they get on the table. Because I can tell you for sure that a couple of years back, the way the Zambian players used to play the game, you'd really have to wait the whole day for a race to 21 to get to a conclusion.
I can understand if it is Mafia and Victor. I can understand when it's in a race and that one, when can it end really?
And they would even call it, I know now the Ugandans at some point, the Zimbabweans, they would even call it Zambian pool. Like when they...
yes, they do fight as Zambian pool back home in Uganda.
Yeah, but now I think we have got players who are lethal on the table. Kelvin can
Even
difficulty.
Victor has become more
Even
offensive-minded.
definitely, even big
has got the ball.
Roy
Even
can
Mafia
put.
has gotten that character.
Mopia can. We have got the young Sangu.
One player whose best days I miss when he was that player is Soldier.
I know that's the name you were going to mention.
Yeah.
What should I call it? A waste of talent already? Really a waste of talent. That boy is massive. Was massive, I should say. He, I don't know if he had continued at that trajectory this time around. I think he would have been untouchable.
I understand we are losing his talent to addiction or something.
Yeah, substance abuse and all that kind of thing, but it's very tricky. 2, 3, 4 people have tried to nurture him, bring him back to the game, but it just hasn't been so easy. Hopefully one time or another he can come to a realization before it's too late and get back to the game. Just hoping.
Now, lastly, which Zambians are going to make it to Mchana? You could probably have the information.
Well, I know a couple of players that play for Eagles. Kelvin Nkandu, Chileche Muganga, Mofia, Moses Mofia. You have got Nsangu Banda. I think from these, I know they will definitely make it to Mchana. So for me, I can safely confirm 4 players
Just
are
do
most
me one
likely.
favor. I can see in the crowd Juju.
Juju the man.
Just for me, just do it for me. Ensure that at least there is one participant in the female category.
Well, probably Juju the man could be one of those players that I can make it. I'm hoping that she can make it. She's been dominant on the local scene in terms of the women pool sport.
Yeah.
But I'm positive. I think her sponsors are doing pretty well. She's more at her top spin, playing for a big team called what's the name of the team now? Kafupi.
Okay.
One of the big teams that we have around, where Adebayo plays,
All right.
where Nkole plays,
All right.
Ishmael plays for Kafupi as well.
Ishmael plays in the Zambian league.
Yeah,
Oh.
Dogji plays for Kafupi. You've got Sunday Olise who plays for Kafupi. It's a star-studded team,
I
and
get
they are
it.
yet to lose. And Juju plays for that same team as well.
I hope one day I'll be around when we are playing a league match.
Oh yeah,
locally.
they are a very good team, and though in the finals they were beaten by Eagles, the team where Mofia plays, Kelvin Nkandu, Chileshe Mulanga, Nsangu Banda, as well as the two young.
Nsangu, the young guy.
Nsangu, the young boy. He's lethal, that boy.
Yes,
I don't know, I think the
nerves
nerves just got the better of him when they just ended tournament here, the Billiards Classic Open. But
his best days ahead of him, no doubt.
Definitely, he's got the very best of days ahead of him, and he's definitely one to watch. I think time and again you have seen a few clips that have been posted of him making what we would call some impossible shots.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, definitely, he's a talented young lad. I like the way he's coming up, the discipline part of it,
yes,
and just the way he's relating with the elders of the game and trying to learn from them. So for me, that's one part I like about the boy, because I know the way his character was when we started bringing him to the Pooh fraternity. He has massively changed. He's one of those boys that I so respect, and he respects the game.
Yes, that is the ever insightful, ever knowledgeable, ever reachable Mambo. Thank you for the work you are doing for our sport here in Zambia and all across the borders, all across the continent. You are a very respected guy. I hope you know that.
Thank you so very much.
Actually,
Good
someone told me that you are about to become a leader of the Zambian Pool Union one of these days.
Well, I don't know. We'll cross that bridge when we get there.
Now when someone says that, you know what they mean. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. That means the bridge shall be crossed anyway. Thank you. Back to the game. As we were having that interview with Mambo, Caesar won frame number 29. And now frame number 30 is seemingly being taken down by Aden, who will, without a shadow of a doubt, be putting this black ball to the corner pocket now on the bottom left, and wins a 13th, but only out of 30. Aden needs 8, while Caesar needs 4 of the remaining 13 games. Big likelihood that Caesar is winning this race. And the facial expression of Aden tells it all. When you pot black, but you know that things are not exactly going your way. There is one guy that I cannot leave this place without talking to, but I'm sorry. Most of the reachable people are Caesar supporters in this match. As media man, I'm supposed to be balanced, bringing Caesar fans as well as Aden fans. I've gotten only one fan of Aden, but I've met the guy at the venue who was Caesar's first team captain when he played in the Ugandan Pool League. Welcome to the commentary booth, Dennis Ongom.
Thank you so much, Peter. Thank you everyone watching online. Thanks for supporting ATH. Thanks for supporting Caesar, man. As you can see, we are taking his home. Caesar Longo, direct.
Now, just tell me about your stay here, your game. You participated in the comp. You're not playing exactly as you did perform when you're playing in the Ugandan Pool League. You are so close to joining the Uganda national pool team. Then you came here. When are we seeing the proper Dennis back to full form?
For now, maybe I'm still settling with the family.
I get it.
Yeah, I'm looking.
But they tell them the news. Tell them.
Yeah, but
the Luo community has been extended to Zambia.
Direct. We are extending it. We are still having one more, and one is on the way. We are doing work.
You are not a joking subject. No, that is Dennis. The guy did marry someone from Zambia. Of course, he's living and playing pool here. He's Ugandan, and very, very, very close friend with Caesar. They hail from the same village and then moved to Kampala together and then moved to Zambia together. Then Caesar decided to leave Zambia, go back home. Dennis stayed home. He has just informed me. I knew that he has gotten himself a daughter this year, and how on earth another one is on the way. These laws, they are something else. Now frame number 30 is back. I'm not so sure Caesar did achieve exactly what he intended. His only ray of hope is that yellow ball that is near the white ball can be portable to that corner pocket. There is some space between it and the blues, but cannot port it now. Needs support first. The other yellow ball to the corner pocket, but white ball is almost touching Aden's blue. Very difficult situation in which to try and even attempt to port a ball. But now this is Caesar. Every time you think you've seen the best of him, he just allows you to see something else, something extra, something else. I can just imagine what will be happening across social media between fans of Caesar and fans of Aden, who are the most on the continent, by the way. For now, frame number 31. The last quarter of this match starts as the first three have ended. Caesar 18, as fans chant his name. Aden 13. Caesar needs 3 while Aden needs 8 out of 10 now. And the only when Aden knows how to comfort himself when his opponent is queuing on table is what exactly he's doing now, simply using the applications on his phone. And yet frame number 31. After that break, Caesar did pot a blue, but has now failed to close the table, leaves an open table, and it seems like Aden will try to finish the frame now playing the yellows. Remember, when the table is open, as a player they can use blue to pot yellow, can also use yellow to pot blue. They will have closed the table playing the color of balls that they have potted. Well, Aden has played blue and has potted yellow. He has closed the table, he's playing yellows. Here we go. Aden seems a little bit uncertain. The one and only yellow ball he can put clearly is the one that is easiest on the table, and yet it is normally an insurance ball, a ball like that one. He gets to put it and pulls the white ball, doing it backwards for the next. His only problem now, Aden, is the fact that the black ball is pretty much dead, touching Caesar's blue. This is where you see some magic. from the Ghost at this stage of frames. Be reminded that Aden's angle of white is to open up the black ball as well as putting that yellow ball to the corner pocket on the bottom right of your screen. He actually decides to give himself only sight of the black ball, which will be trying to put it by banking it by double to the center pocket, where he's placing his hands right now on the bottom. There is the black, and it is a miss. Another unfortunate miss. And the Caesar just plays that one shot, which allows him most likely at least another visit of the table, most definitely with 2 visits, most definitely with a free shot and a visit, as long as Aden misses the black. Yes, he misses the black. Yes, he fouls. Yes, he gives Caesar 2 visits. Yes, Caesar is on the verge of making it 19, on the verge of needing only 2 out of 8. Just natural angle for the white ball, moving towards now the left end of the table to see perfectly the last blue, which he will be playing around the black to put both blue and black to the same corner pocket now on the bottom right of your screen. Even the simplest shots, which even Francis Mukweko can put, the fans are celebrating them as though they are difficult, but only enjoy that the Scorpion is about to take down the Ghost. Caesar 19 and Aden 13. It is frame number 34. Meaning it is 8 frames to go, including this one of the 8. Caesar needs 2, while Aden needs 7. Just think about it. Of course, Aden has ever made a comeback, winning the last 5 against Caesar. It was 20-16. Caesar did lead against Aden did lead against Caesar in Kampala, the very first time that these two guys faced off in a race, a match that was won by Aden, and it was the very first time that I have ever seen Caesar shed a tear. He was so inconsolable that night, deciding to follow Aden up to Nairobi in Kenya, across the eastern border, and beating him there. Also, a race ending 21-20. This one is a redemption fight from Caesar. Trying to beat Aden to take the money to save his trip to Zambia. But maybe not taking lightly some of the comments on himself from lots of social media platforms regarding how Aden did win yesterday's Billiards Cafe Double Life tournament, a tournament where Caesar did not get anywhere near to the prize money, a tournament that Aden did beat Caesar himself in the third round, 9-8. But now this one is not a tournament. It is a money match. It is a long race. It is Caesar's hunting ground. White ball bouncing off maybe 2 cushions, moving towards the side of the table where he has his yellow. How does he play so confidently, so daringly, so beautifully, but so ruthlessly? I think a backspin will do. He's not so sure about the kind of white ball he's given himself. White ball bouncing off the cushion and moving towards the top end of the table. Just the left of that area where he's having his hand. I think he will be good to go. He does it even better. And everybody is simply enjoying the show. Caesar 20, Aden 14. Aden must win 7 frames in a row or else surrender $5,000 US. The very bad thing with these battles, long races, you win a big tournament as big as Aden did win yesterday, and some of the credit you got from winning that tournament disappears in thin air, because you could be beaten by one of the players in this tournament, making it look as if you were even lucky. Not lucky at all. Aden is a very great player, he is, but in this money match he has come a little bit short and a little bit shy. This is the situation at hand. He has gotten a dry break, and Caesar is nominating the Blues to try and make a clearance that will end this race, that will take down Aden once and for all, which will be a 4th time in a money match, in a long race, in a row, in 3 different countries. And Caesar misses. His fans seem to be unconcerned about his miss of that ball, because they probably know, according to the level at which he's playing in this match so far, that the 1 frame that he's needing will come at any time T. 7 frames to go. Aden needs them all as South Africa starts to mourn and Uganda starts to celebrate, as Johannesburg starts to worry, as Kampala plans to rejoice, as Cape Town feels the heat, as Gulu feels and enjoys the same heat, as Caesar glides and entertains and pots and makes the fans happy. Zambians, Zimbabweans, Ugandans, Tanzanians at the venue, and South Africans alike. Only one member of the fans group is having a very sad face, and that is Pila Mazambani. Even Caesar being Caesar, this one is quite tricky. What he needs probably is, now he has to put his only insurance ball on the table and gets himself snookered. That was a little bit complacent. He played a little shot that he wanted to remove away that yellow ball, which ends up touching the white ball, such that he could have proper sight over the blue, which he will try to put to that corner pocket where Aden has his yellow, because there is space between the jaw of that corner pocket and the yellow itself, like you can see from this camera angle of the ATA. Caesar will nonetheless try to find that blue off the cushion, and he finds it. But a big advantage, Aden. And if you were Aden as a player, of course a top player, he has done such comebacks before. By the way, this match is not yet done, including against Caesar. That day he won 5 in a row, and Caesar was right in front of his fans at his own home in Kampala. I want to beg your pardon. Caesar actually fouled from the camera angle I was having. It seemed as though he had played his ball first, and after that free shot, Aden will most definitely be finding a way to finish this frame, to get himself at least onto 15, try and win this frame, try and fight for another, try and win a third in a row, try and put Caesar under pressure. And before he could know, he could have a chance to fight. If he can go to 15, 16, 17, Caesar will be playing under some pressure between, because Aden coming from behind against Caesar is something that has ever happened before. This one to keep the South African fans hopeful, to retain a little bit of hope in Mpumalanga, and Aden puts black prematurely. Victory belongs to Caesar. Victory belongs to Uganda. For the 4th time in 5 matches, Caesar defeats Aden. And for $5,000 as pot, finally Aden 14 and Caesar 21.
How was it for you from the beginning up to the end?
I started kind of poorly, but thank God in the middle of the game my game changed a bit. Then I was also having a good break, though I had an advantage of having a good break and he was having a bad break, so I think that's what helped me a lot to win the game.
What do you make of the huge scoreline that you have gotten over Aden this time around? Because many a times that you have played him, the difference was so minimal. Most of the times, actually, just one frame was separating you guys. What exactly did you put in place to prepare for this match against Aden? Because it's been a little bit of a while since you last played him.
About the match, as I said, Aden had a bad break and I was having a good break, and in my good break I was making sure I finish the game on the table so that I don't give him a chance to come on the table. So I think that's how I took up the game. And
a couple of days back in the Billiards Classic Open, he had the better of you. The game went to the decider, 9-8 he won. Did that have a little bit of a psychological effect on your game in terms of trying to get one over him as well?
In my game with Aden in the home that just got gone, of course all of us didn't play so well. We have some couple of mistakes, but he was playing so well also, doubling some hard games. I just don't know. He was really playing with those two doubles he made from the rail of from the upper rail to the down pocket. It was a really nice one. I think that's what made him to took there.
Well, we know the South Africans, more especially Aden, Diehard, Ishmael. These are players that never back out of the challenge. When they lose a game like this one, they would want a rematch. Are you going to be open for a rematch against Aden, or how much longer are you still around Zambia?
Tomorrow I'm around, but I will be leaving the day after tomorrow. So I'm ready to play a rematch, but not tomorrow. Maybe next time, but I'm always ready.
Wow, thanks so very much, Caesar, and congratulations. It was a splendid game you had, and we saw that you have a new family around here in Zambia.
Yeah, I have a new family, though Zambia has always been my home. I can't just say much. I can't thank you guys enough for the hospitality you always give me. You guys, you're really nice people. Thank you so much for that.
Yeah, in that sense, I mean, there's somebody special who was watching in the audience.
Oh,
yeah, so...
Yeah, though I don't want to talk about it.
Don't want to talk about that. However the case, Caesar, congratulations and all the very best. If a challenge is going to be coming, we are going to definitely bring it up to you, and we'll see how it goes.
Well, thank you.